I think that the media plays a fundamental role in our lives. They inform us about the world. Most of what we know about the world, we hear about it from the media. But I am very critical about the media today. The media today is about the spectacle, and it's about celebrities, and it's about decontextualization of real life events. The media fails to inform us deeply about what's really important to us. So a large aspect of my practice consists in a critique of the media and trying to offer through my works a different system, different strategies of representation. And The Sound of Silence is one of them. I lived 10 years in a French island called Martinique. And I was the only white kid in a class filled with black kids. And I became a black kid very quickly because I had to blend in. I went to school to the Lycée Chalcher, which is the birthplace of Négritude, an anti-colonialist movement created by Aimé Césaire. This school where Frantz Fanon, Édouard Glissant, Patrick Chamoiseau, and Aimé Césaire were students and then professors. So it marked me, and I created very strong links with the African race. And when I moved to New York, I was shocked to discover the biased coverage of the Western media on Africa. It's a racist coverage. And so my work is also a reaction to that. And that is why I've dedicated perhaps more than 60% of my practice to focusing on African subjects. The Sound of Silence focuses on a single image. It's a theater built for an extraordinary image. It's probably the most extraordinary image ever created, focusing on famine and the Western world's relationship to hunger and famine. And I saw it published in the New York Times in 1993, and I immediately decided that it was an extraordinary image, that I should do something about it. But I didn't touch it because it was a very well-known image. It was published all around the world. And I didn't think that there was anything to add what had been said about this image. And a year later, Kevin Carter, the photographer, received the Pulitzer Prize. But a few months later, he committed suicide. At that moment, I decided, as an homage to Kevin Carter, to create a work about this image and the history behind it. The fact that we have been inundated with the video of the decapitation of these Westerners is a clear sign of the media manipulation. Because in the last few months, thousands of people were killed in Gaza, for example, by the Israeli army, by bombs. And in the last few months, hundreds of people have been killed by drones in Afghanistan and Iraq, by US drones. And half of all these victims have been women and children. So how do you prefer to die? By a drone, by a bomb, or by decapitation? They are all barbaric acts. But the media manipulation that is happening now with the focus only on the ISIS decapitation shows you clearly that there is an incredible amount of bias behind the media coverage. And we have to struggle against that. Every single life is important, and every single act that we make in our foreign policies around the world has consequences. Everything is connected. Everything I know about the world, I learned it being an artist. I think that art can help us to understand the world. And that's what I do as an artist. I try to bring information into my work to inform the audience, but I also want to move them and to explain certain realities that are invisible to us, that are removed to us, but in a way are still connected to us. So I think the art has the capacity to inform us, but also to illuminate us. So what I try to do in my work is to try this to search for this perfect balance between information and poetry. And when I reach that perfect balance, I think that I've created a great work of art. It is difficult, but that's what I try to do. The Sound of Silence have been shown 24 times around the world in 18 different countries and 10 different languages. And I'm very happy to be able to present it here in Polish to the Polish audiences. And of course, the structure is similar to all the other venues, but here, in response to the architecture of the building, we created a larger version of the piece because I felt we needed to respond to the context in the most precise way. So we can say that this version is bigger and probably stronger.